CHICKEN. Use the code CHICKEN in the shop.
Hey guys, the Chicken is here. We are back today with another Boom Beach video, and in today's video, guys, we got some more tips for you coming into the final weekend of the season. What you need to get and all that good stuff. If you haven't already, guys, appreciate you use that code CHICKEN in the shop. I did grab the what was it? All the classified items. That was a decent pickup. Look at all the building blueprints I have. 27. Wow, I just saw that now for the first time. That is crazy. So you guys are wondering why that's breaking the 5 limit. If you buy something in the shop and you have the limit of it, it just exceeds the limit, basically. So those are the amounts that you can just collect in the game. So yeah, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, guys. Appreciate if you do. We are closing in on 40,000. It doesn't even make a difference to you as a viewer into subscriptions anymore. Like, it doesn't mean you're going to see every video necessarily. So if you take a second to do that, I do appreciate it. So today, guys, we made it up to the elusive 2450 mark, which was not easy. It was a lot of win-loss, 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 but we were able to get it done using the same base from yesterday's video, but with the added microwaver, and that really helped to completely shut down the seeker hits. A couple of them still got through, but yeah, 2450 is a good mark because that means you're going to start, instead of rank 13 at rank 23, you start at rank 14 at 2450. But we're not done just yet, guys. We're not parked. We're not throwing in the towel. We're going for that top 50 spot. So we're going to keep playing. And it's kind of nice because at this point, I mean, we'd have to do something pretty disastrous to lose top 500. Like if we went down to like 2350, that's probably where the cutoffs are roughly going to be. Then we'd be in some hot water, but it looks like we're holding on okay for now. So let's talk about what got us there, okay? And I realize I may be a bit ahead of some of you in tech. Those of you that got Break and Troop Health, you know, things even out towards the end of the tech tree. So just keep that in mind. As long as you can get most of the stuff, then you'll be in pretty good shape. And then, you know, if you can get those late rank chests, 22 and 23, you know, that's really going to help unlock the rest of the tech tree. So what we did today, actually today was troop damage. Today was troop damage. It's all about the troop damage. And yeah, last night was the microwaver. So we actually could run 2 grapplers, but the thing is with the grapplers, I've only seen one base that's running 2 of them, and they have a hot pot from somewhere else. And it wasn't that big of a deal. It was almost too much grappler, too much like single target stuff, not enough splash damage. So troop damage was good. The next thing that we can plan to get is either going to be Kavan or the Speed Serum. I got some comments about Remote Hack. I think Remote Hack is good. I just think Speed Serum is better. And I think I'm going to go Kavan first because I seem to have... I'm still fizzling sometimes or finishing very slowly because I'm losing a lot of troops. And even though we have the defib, I think getting Kavan would allow us to switch the defib to the Tiny Shock. And then if we get the Speed Serum on top of that, then we might be in pretty good shape. Or maybe we keep the defib and have 2 cheap second wins because we don't have a ton of GBE. We still only have 50% GBE right now. So that's what we've been working with. Now let's show you some of these hits. I did lose that last one to Zendo because I fizzled. This one, he fizzled. He was a 22, so that doesn't really count. Average Joe's just driving that steak in the heart of the chicken with those percentage wins. Ouch. We've had a ton of these this season. Chicken came on top. It came out on top more often than not, which was good. But shout out to Joe's because I talk to him whenever we match up, and it's always fun. Amgad Abo Mason. Why am I just reading the log here? This one was just complete luck, but I'll take it. I'm trying to find a good hit. Let's go with this one. Or no, that was a 6-year. Let's see. This guy's a 23, okay. Alright, yeah, so this is pretty standard, and he's got most of the stats. He just didn't have the troop damage, so I think that's why we beat him on time. So these bases that are stacked across the bottom like this, I like to come at them just 3-5 straight from the bottom. Typically the way I'll run it is I try to not use any GB until, I want to save almost everything till I get into the death center. I like to call it right here with the grappler, the hot pot, the doom cannon, typically 3 critter launchers under the sky shield and a shock launcher. And I'll just continually pound that with cryo bombs. And I'll show you a trick when we get into the middle that's been kind of helping on some of the last hits before we get into a live attack. Yeah. So at this point, we just want to focus on not losing bombers if we can. I mean, if we lose a couple, it's not a big deal because we've got the remote defib, right? So we want to not lose too many bombers to mine packs at the beginning, and we want to not have a bunch of critter launchers be farmed up here. Now, this base is tougher because you can't actually shock the grappler here. And check out that zone of the grappler. If you'll notice, the grappler has a very big no fire zone on it, so if you can get close to it, you'll be fine. But yeah, so this is really ideal before those, I shouldn't have defibbed there, but this is really ideal when you get these bombers here, because they don't activate the critter launchers from back there. So if you can somehow protect them, actually, now that I look at this, I probably could have shocked that grappler from right behind that engine room, but anyways, if you can get the bombers into a point where they can take out the critter launchers, then you can use your defibs on top of that. That seems to be the best way, but you got to be careful because you can't shock the grappler while you're doing that. The grappler's just going to pull in all of those bombardiers. We got a nice shock, just sneaked it right in there with the Doom Cannon shock launcher and the critter launcher and all that good stuff. So, yep. And then from here, I mean, it's all about just maintenance, right? Like, we're just trying to control the hit, shocking stuff that gets in the way. And, you know, it's really mostly when it comes down to the end of these hits, and you got to be really careful with those stupid grapplers, because you see with the dead zone, he's going to fire right over top of those heavies, and he's going to keep grabbing bombers, which is not what we want. So even though you might have a bunch of troops in front of it, and you might be, you know, screaming at your phone like I was today, being like, why is the grappler taking those and not my troops? Or taking the bombers and not the stupid heavies and rifles that are right in front of it? That's why. Yeah, and then at the end, it's all about just more defibs. So you typically want to go light on the defibs at the beginning, heavy on them towards the middle and the end, and heavy on the shocks on the grappler and the critter launchers at the very beginning. And then by then, most of your troops are depleted, so you got to replenish them. So that's the idea. That's the idea. Now, I'm not sure exactly if Kavan is really going to make a huge difference for us. Let's take a look at what this guy did to us. And we do have a pretty dirty base. So he went 4-4 heavy chopper bomber with brick. See, he's got that troop health, so I think that's what saved him here. Typically, I'll never drop from that right-hand side. It's just too dangerous. And I don't know, there's just too much stuff there. And whenever I drop from that side, the attack usually goes wrong, like pretty quickly. So this is interesting though, because he's using battle orders, but he's also using 4 heavy choppers, which is kind of a lot. And then brick gets pulled in there. So I don't know. I don't love brick for these attacks. You know, this actually looked pretty greasy, like right around here. If he hadn't taken that grappler down and we had a couple more. The tiny shocks also absolutely saved him too. So multiple ways to break it down, and yeah, put it into 4-speed there. And yes, just the tiny shocks definitely came in handy for this guy. And yeah, but I think right now the defibs are a little bit more important. And like I said, maybe once we get Kavan, we can switch back, but that seems to be at least what's working for right now. So I hope that helps you guys out. Some stuff to look forward to at 70R. Now, the question of do I go 7 or do I stay 6? The thing is, both of them are bad. If you can't get engines at 6, I would just go ahead and go 7, even if it's early. I mean, there's no push points, really, major push points left at 6 ER. But when you get to 7, I'd go heavy choppers, same path that I did. Heavy choppers, DVD, and then, you know, depending on what you need to backfill. But I go heavy choppers, DVD first. So hopefully that helps you guys out. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. As always, guys, thanks so much for watching. That is going to wrap it up for the video today. Make sure to leave a like if you found it interesting, entertaining, or informative. Catch you next one, guys. Check it out. Bear.